I'm Callie Lewis. You're watching Geek Brief TV. I'm here on the set of The Big Bang Theory, and I'm sitting in Sheldon's spot, which means I automatically have one strike against me. Eeks! A lot of people think that I would relate better to Penny because I do the show, I'm outgoing, but in reality, I relate more to Leonard because as a kid, that's who I was. You know, I was, or all of them. I have parts of me in all of them, but you know, I was the shy kid that hung out with the smart kids, and I couldn't navigate my way around. You know, so. Who do you most relate to? Or do you feel that way?
No, it's interesting because, you know, I relate to all the characters very much, and all of us who write the show find our own path into the show because you have to find, so that you can write the characters, you have to find a connection to the characters. For me, the connection is always very easy. There's the part of me that, says, gee, I could participate more in the world. The part of me that says, gee, I wish I could be one of those people who just goes to parties and has a great time and all that. And that's Leonard. And Leonard desperately wants...
He wants to be normal.
He wants to be, he wants that better connection to the world. And there's Sheldon who's given it up, who said there's just no point. Everything's fine. And that's a huge part of me. The part that says, you know what, I've got some pizza, I've got Battlestar queued up on the TiVo. I'm good to go, and that's fine. And there are times where there's a little wallowitz going on where you say, you know what, I got it hooked up. You know, I got it. I know what I'm doing. I know how to handle the situation. And a lot of wallowitzes. There are a couple of influences for Wallowitz. One is that during the period of time I was a programmer, I had a girlfriend. Okay. And a lot of the guys in my group didn't, so I was, head and shoulders above them. Even though she was a girlfriend from high school who became my girlfriend when she walked up to me and said, "I'm your girlfriend." So,
That's awesome.
So it really didn't reflect any great social skill on my part.
And how long did that last?
A few years.
Oh, nice.
So, we moved to New York together, and it lasted for a while. But there's also, and then there was also another guy that I worked with, and he was amazingly successful with women, and he was forever bringing different women around and stuff like that. And he explained that he had two rules for being successful with women, and they were proposition every woman and have no standards.
Nice.
and so there's a lot of that going on in Wallowitz. And then we worked with a guy who couldn't speak to women, who actually had selective mutism. And women would walk in the room and he'd be talking and a woman would come in and
kind of dies.
And it was fascinating. And we would do things, we would literally, hide a woman and have her step out into the room. And it wasn't quite as extreme, as Raj will just shut up. But he would just all of a sudden you realize he had stopped talking.
Yeah. I think that's such an endearing character.
He's wonderful, and he represents the extreme beyond Sheldon of a withdrawal that's more, it's more than by choice, it's by pathology. And and at the same time, I think the reason that people really like these guys, and the reason Penny likes these guys, is there's an inherent honesty to them. They, whether Sheldon's is a blunt honesty, that he will simply say what he thinks. And,
I love that about him.
And Leonard is without guile. He's honest because he doesn't know you're not supposed to be honest in situations.
Now, you guys, if you haven't seen it, I really encourage you to. And if you follow me on Twitter, then you've probably seen my tweets about this particular situation. A couple weeks ago, you had Sheldon sitting here. He was refusing to touch the sticker inside the TiVo box.
Yes.
Are you on Twitter?
I'm not on Twitter.
You've got to get on Twitter?
No, I'm on Facebook, but I haven't
Okay.
made it to Twitter. But I'm on Facebook, and I apologize ahead of time. I can't befriend anybody I don't know because my Facebook got completely out of control. So I'm sorry, and I'm speaking to you personally.
They'll understand. But if I'm going to watch Battlestar, then you've got to get on Twitter.
Okay,
We're making this deal.
But they will be the most boring tweets in the world.
That's what I thought about mine.
No, it's going to be Bill is stuck in the writer's room and is so excited that he thinks he heard lunch. That will be the tweet every day at 12:15. So
Well, people love behind the scenes type of stuff.
It will be that behind the scenes. There you go.
So I tweeted.
You were talking about Sheldon and the TiVo box?
Yeah, so I tweeted immediately after I saw that, and I said, foul! Sheldon wouldn't be afraid of voiding the warranty. And then I got a lot of tweets back, and that's what I love about Twitter is the conversation. And then I tweeted, okay, yes, you're right. Sheldon's a very do-it-by-the-rules kind of guy. And so I was correct. I stood corrected on that. But regardless of whether he would or wouldn't have avoided the warranty, the fact that you put that joke in, about the sticker inside the TiVo box that would void the warranty, you don't see that elsewhere on TV. And you guys don't dumb it down, which is what I really like.
These are the conversations. I mean, and to a great extent, these are conversations that we have. We were, we every now and then we'll have a conversation in the writers' room, and either with thought, somebody say, "Oh my God, write that down," because that's a conversation for the guys, or or the writer's assistant will surreptitiously note it, or something like that. But no, there are a lot of conversations in the writers' room about upgrading TiVo boxes, and because I've upgraded the TiVo boxes in my house, and
of course,
and a discussion with another person in the room, and I said, listen, I'll come over and do yours. It's really easy. And there was a whole thing about, well, no, the warranty and blah 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 and all of that. And we said, well, yeah, that's what these guys talk about. They absolutely. I mean, they play games. They argue about. The great wonderful nerd argument is the argument that where the given is dispensed with immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Sheldon's no. Let's assume men can fly in his Superman argument, which is an argument I've been having for years, and it owes a debt to a great piece by Harlan Ellison. I think it's either Harlan Ellison or Larry Niven called "Man of Steel, Woman of Kleenex." You can Google it.
Okay.
I think, as I don't remember, but it talks about the paradoxes of Superman, and I think it deals specifically with issues of sexuality between a hypothetical Superman and a hypothetical Lois Lane. But that kind of argument, which became Sheldon's discussion about trisecting Lois, and all of that. These are the conversations we have. So. It's interesting because, people talk about, what's it like in the writer's room. This show is a great glimpse into the writer's room because the arguments that these guys have, the issues that they're having, and when we're passionate about a game, they're passionate about a game. When we get tired of a game, they get tired of a game.
So it's very parallel.
It's very parallel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thrilled to be here on the set. You guys, I hope you have a better understanding of why I keep tweeting about Big Bang Theory and why I love it so much. If you haven't given it a try, absolutely watch it. And what nights? Monday nights?
Monday nights at 8 o'clock on CBS.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Bill.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you for visiting our home.
Of course. And I better get out of this chair before Sheldon comes in and sees me.
Absolutely. He's on his way.
So I'd leave if I were you.
Thank you so much.